First of all, I came to see Mr. President and brief him on the security situation in Kano. The security challenges all over the country, they are unfortunate, but we believe Mr. President is doing his best with the other stakeholders in order to curtail the situation. But we need the helping hands of almost everybody, especially governors and chairmen of local governments. We have observed that the security situation now, our forests are the major problems because they accommodate bandits, they accommodate terrorists, they accommodate armed robbers, and they accommodate also herdsmen who are criminals. In Kano State, we have taken some measures. We have two large forests. The Falgore forest, which is bordering Kano, Kaduna, and Bauchi, and also not far away from Plateau. That forest, we established a military training ground in conjunction with the army, and there is a lot of training, military training going on in that forest using the facilities that we have provided. So that is helping to checkmate the activities of bandits in that forest, and I have requested Mr. President to also establish another institution within that forest, and that forest will be liberated completely. Also, we have introduced technology within the forest from the office of the DSS in Kano, from the office of the Commissioner of Police, and even from my office. We are able to monitor what is happening in that forest. And there's communication, effective communication between the DSS and the police and those who are managing the forest, the checkpoints and various places that security agencies are manning the place. Also, community policing, we have given it very, very important agenda. The traditional rulers, right from the emas, district heads, village heads, ward heads, imams, and major stakeholders, we are holding regular meetings, and the security agencies get a lot of information from the local people. That is helping Kano State a lot. Also within Kano Metropolitan, made up of 8 mega local governments, we are establishing some technology. In particular, we are improving the network system within Metropolitan Kano. We are laying some optic fiber, over 100 kilometers optic fiber within Kano Metropolitan, so that CCTV cameras will be more effective, so that we can manage the whole mega city in terms of security and also in terms of improvement of network. So we have also constituted what we call an enlarged security committee, because limiting it to the Air Force, Army, Police, DSS, Civil Defense, I think the security network in terms of flow of information requires much more than that. So we included now with custom, immigration, correctional homes, those involved in human trafficking, prevention of human trafficking, NAFTAC, even the NDLA because of drugs, even the Federal Road Safety Corps, even our own local traffic managers, Carota, the vigilante group. All these, we put them into one committee where we hold meeting and exchange information, and they constitute subcommittees that relate with community policing. And through that, we have a lot of information, and that is helping the system to be effective and efficient. Also, we introduce technology. As earlier mentioned, we have the most powerful tracker in the country that is being used beyond the Kano State. And through that one, even some people who escaped to Niger State, Niger Republic, Cameroon, we are being able to trace them and connect with the international security agencies for their arrest. So Kano is the most, or one of the most peaceful states in the Federation because of this multifaceted approach that we have adopted in order to secure the state. And we shall continue to do that. So, members of the press, this is briefly what brought me to see Mr. President. In Kano State, all the herdsmen who are law-abiding, we have provided a place for them. That is in the Dansocia forest in Kiru local government. In that forest, we have provided houses. We are still providing housing. We are constructing ash dam. But in the meantime, we have provided industrial boreholes. We have trained their youth into artificial insemination. We are constructing veterinary clinics, schools for their children. So all the herdsmen are being housed there. And also, we urge them to stop going from one state to another, to be in one place. So in conjunction with Islamic Bank, we are planting grasses. A form of ranching system is coming up now. But all other herdsmen who are in the forest, we have already directed them to leave the forest, especially Falgore forest. Pertaining to the other question, whether insecurity is being instigated by some politicians, I can say there are two types of insecurities as we are witnessing now. There is the issue of banditry, issue of armed robbery, as we are witnessing. That is one part. But the other part is that of instigating youth to hold demonstration. That one is being financed by politicians. I agree with you on that part. But for banditry, well, we have not yet discovered that, but it's a possibility. But for inciting people to demonstrate against removal of subsidy, against insecurity, yes, there are some politicians behind it, but we are working with all stakeholders to see that we don't allow that one to disrupt peace and stability in our state. Well, it's important for the chief executive of this country to know what is happening from state to state. And also it is important for the governor to brief him and probably make some request. I made some request that more security formations, military formation, should be established in Falgore forest, because Falgore forest is as big as Sambisa forest. So it's an issue that requires attention. And I have made that request to Mr. President. And even before providing some military facilities in that forest, I got the approval of Mr. President. So now I behaved like Oliver Twist. I made a request again for more, military formation within the forest. So without coming to brief him, how can I communicate that issue to him? And how does he understand our security arrangements in the state? So that is what brought me here. And I'm satisfied that I communicated well. To me, the issue of harassment is not a problem in Kano. Right from the beginning, we made it very, very clear. Trekking from the northern part of this country to the southern part of this country is not acceptable because it is not helping even the herdsmen. The education of their children is very important. Even the modern system of herdsmanship has been abandoned. So now we have taken census of all herdsmen in Kano. The exercise is going on by our Bureau of Statistics. We are taking stock of all of them, including their families, their children, whether their children attend school or not. When that data is completed, then we take appropriate action. But the problem of herdsmen coming from West Africa, that is a national issue. It's an issue of ECOWAS, an international issue. And we know those who are coming from West Africa, they are coming with large cows, thousands of cows, and of course they carry arms. So that is an ECOWAS problem. And once they come into the country, they are being treated like Nigerians, and most of them are criminals. So you can see that there is a need to build a synergy so that can be curtailed. But in Kano State, we have minimum conflict between herdsmen and farmers. In Kano State, we don't have a place where bandits are hiding. The largest forest is the Falgore forest, of which I have told you what we have done. So we don't know any bandit hiding, no bandit is hiding there. Even kidnappers are being arrested in that place. And if a bandit is wanted and he makes mistake of going to Kano, I think that is the end of that bandit. If you could recall, the Magajin Garin Daura, who was kidnapped for almost 2 months, was discovered in Kano. We arrested the kidnappers, in fact, and then we recovered the Magajin Daura there after being kidnapped for 2 months. And also the deputy governor of Nasarawa State last year. His convoy was attacked and the bandits went to Kano. Using our very powerful tracker, they were captured in Kano. So you could see that we don't have any information that there are bandits hiding in the forest. That one in Kano is very difficult.